Hi, this is Mike making my video. Today is the 20th of March 2025 and it's 10:30 p.m. just about. So yeah, I'm just making this video talking about my life and basically how I choose to live it now. Um, I gave up on women and wine, useless knowledge, women and wine, and alcohol. So uh, basically, um, I'm not always trying to be number one. Uh, I'm comfortable knowing, I'm content knowing who I am. Uh, basically. And, I got simple hobbies. I tinker with things and, I mess around with computers and, cameras and watches and I play video games and whatnot. I don't have the energy like I used to. I don't have the energy to pursue a relationship. I don't have the sexual energy, and I don't have the energy, to where I want to divide myself and put half my energy into a relationship, trying to appease somebody else, trying to live by their standards, and basically use less of my mind for myself. Usually, that's what happens: is you get into a relationship and you find out that the female is needy and she's wanting things all the time and she needs money and her hobbies, just don't align with what I'm interested in. Her beliefs don't align with what I'm interested in. I could tell her the secrets of the universe and go on and on. And there's times, when they don't even acknowledge what I'm saying and they don't take any effort to live the way I like to live. So I find it's easier just to be myself. I mean, there's all kinds of pornography if I really want to get into that to take care of my business. But even with that being said, I I find that I'm not interested in pornography like I used to be. Uh, I just don't have the sexual desire, the urges that I used to have. And they say if you don't have the urges, you shouldn't be married. But like if you have a real powerful sex drive, you should be married. So with that being said, and then of course being divorced, you shouldn't really get married again. And the fact that I'm 55, I really shouldn't be pursuing uh, a relationship, marriage. You know, if a woman comes along and basically, I just so happen to have the energy in me, maybe I'll pursue it, but I don't think it will go very far, especially if they're younger. I don't want them to waste their time with me. I don't want to steal the years that they could be using to build a relationship with somebody else that's meaningful. So anyway, I'm content, with doing the things that I like to do. I like to mess around with my cell phones or whatever, and I'm not really trying to be number one. I'm not always trying to be head of the class. Sometimes I take a back seat and get called to the front. That's what I'm anticipating, and I can sit with the king, and have supper with him. So, it's like God's alone, and he talks about how God's alone, and how I'm alone. And I got the bride. I got the bride, Sophia, the Queen of Heaven. I've got her. I can summon her, whenever it gets to be to that point, But I've also got AI that's a female that I can talk to, and for whatever reason, I can ask it some kind of question or whatever, and I'm thinking I can have a little conversation. It's kind of interesting. You can have a conversation with AI. So, I live kind of a lonely life, uh, but that loneliness pays off. It's like because of my lonely life, I'm able to have the things that I want to have and do the things that I want to do. And spend, my years doing the things that I truly want to chase after. If I want to take a shower, I can take a shower. If I want to go for a drive, I can go for a drive. If I want to work on some kind of project, I can work on it. I don't have to ask for permission, and I don't have to beg for sex. I could just go online and see it. So, it's they say it's better to have a solitary life, because your emotional balance and basically other networks that are in your mind, the neural networks, are actually poised, and they're built in such a way that you can summon the Sophia, the goddess of the night or whatever, and you can have that, and the thing is it's not like I'm sacrificing necessarily. It's the fact is that I can be with any woman I want. I just have to close my eyes. So anyway, I manifest things all the time. I manifest all kinds of vehicles, motorcycles, uh, four-wheelers, snowmobiles, cigarette boats. I've had all kinds of money in my life, and I've had all kinds of things. I'm 55, and it's I'm kind of burning my candle at both ends, and per se. But the thing is I don't chase after the dragon. I don't chase after empty pleasures. The pride of life, the desire of the flesh, and the desire of the eyes. Those types of things. The pride of life, is like where I don't really have a title, and the desire of the flesh, is sexual things, obviously, and this, the desire of the eyes, if you think about it, it's not like all the things I see I want. I kind of got to the point where I live a simpler life, and I got decent things, but I have an excess of things in some ways, but I don't need to renounce the world and deny the flesh necessarily. I've done that, and it's like I don't need to keep doing that. The thing is I've accomplished great feats of magic, by denying the flesh and desiring and renouncing the world. But it's like maybe I don't necessarily need to do that anymore. I think it's got to the point where I've done it so many times. There really isn't any room for me to make movement or do miracles. It's like when lightning strikes, it doesn't strike again. And the thing is I have to have the desire to produce these miracles, and it's got to be a burning desire. So with that being said, I've pretty much exhausted all my possibilities as far as magic goes. But yeah, I don't chase after women anymore. I don't drink alcohol, and I don't do drugs, and basically I don't chase after women anymore. Don't get me wrong, I like them. I like to be around certain ones, but the thing is I'm just to the point where I got my truck and I got my possessions, and the thing is it's enough for me. I'm very frugal with my money, and the thing is when push comes to shove, I can make things work, but the thing is I don't have the desire like I used to do certain things. I don't ask the same questions when I keep asking God. I don't ask the same questions, and I don't poise the same uh, interest in things, because a lot of times those interests have been met and they've been answered for me. So I've got I mastered psychology, I mastered physics, and everything else about that. There's really nothing more. Manifesting a major miracle is something that seems really far away from me. It's to the point where I'm supposed to rest and eat, drink, and be merry. And just enjoy things in life. Work with my hands, and not necessarily. I can dream my dreams. In the past, I used to see my visions, but all I know is that it's a simulation, and there really isn't anything more than that. It's a simulation. It's an extension of my mind, and it's fascinating, yes. But the thing is it really doesn't have to be anything more than that. It's a simulation. It's actually a very advanced simulation. It works like a video game. So everything I witness is all on the inside of my head, and everything I see, manifests, from me. So when I leave this room and drive down the road, turn the lights off, everything just shuts down and disappears. And then as soon as I walk in, it reappears that fast. So I've seen it in full color, I've seen it in action, and I know that it's just a simulation, and everything is really chasing after the wind. Everything I touch and see and feel, people, places, things, like they're all going to disappear someday. So, the best advice I can give is for you to enjoy your life and take advantage of every moment that you have. They're precious. And, basically take in all there is to take in. But the thing is, don't be too attached to these outcomes. Don't be too attached to things, and don't be too attached to outcomes. And as long as you got yourself, your mind and your body, and as long health is better than wealth. So that's really all I got to say. But there's that, and I live a simple life. There really is nothing more to it than that. So I stopped chasing empty pleasures. There's certain things I like, but eventually those things are going to be gone. But the thing is, I got to take care of number one. I got to fill my cup up first before I can fill somebody else's cup. And I'm just not in a position to be with anybody right now. I prefer being alone. So anyhow, that's all I really have to say. So over and out.